Greetings, bleepers. How the devil are you? I finished it, The Accidental Detectorist by Nigel Richardson. It's taken me a while because I wanted to sincerely talk about the book rather than just go, oh, get this book, I'm mentioned in it. Some of you will recall that Nigel here has been in a couple of my videos of late. Reason being is that he was writing this book, The Accidental Detectorist. Other people are in it, like Sci-Fi's and Chris from Found in the Ground. Is that his name now? I think so. Dawn's in it, Digger Dawn, yep, we're all in it. And while I don't want to talk too much about the content because I don't want to ruin it for you, I just want to mention one thing that you may or may not understand. If you're one type of detectorist, you will, and if you're another type of detectorist, you absolutely won't. What this book captures is that low underlying tone. I don't know if this is in other countries as well. I don't know if this is just a British thing, of comedy in this hobby. It's very subtle. It sits, and it's what I'm constantly grasping onto, and it's probably one of the reasons why I took up the hobby, because I found it to be quite surreal, strange, and funny. It's funny what we do if you really think about it. Of course, it absolutely has its serious element to it as well, but it's funny, and it's that which shows like detectorists manage to grab onto and just kind of enhance and get that point across. This does that in a very, very subtle way. This is so witty, Nigel. Some of the bits in here just crack me up, and it's not like over obvious, in your face humour. It's just some subtle things. I just want to talk about that firstly, that I really, really appreciated. So the book is about Nigel's journey from not being a metal detectorist to becoming one, and then his kind of, figuring out the calamities of becoming a metal detectorist, and then all the way through to being a proficient detectorist, and all the obstacles and hurdles which come in the way of that process and that journey. If you're just starting metal detecting, excuse me, I think that's just an angry pheasant up there somewhere. This is really cool. It's a nice little book to hold your hand as well. It's quite a lonely process. I think metal detecting, you get into it and you haven't found your circle or your friends yet, and then you've got to go and ask for permissions, for example, and it could be like, oh my god, it'd be quite daunting for people. It's, you've got to get out there, and you've got to kind of find your own way. Honestly, if you are just starting metal detecting, get this. It's a nice little reference to what you're getting yourself into as well. Just going to quickly read the blurb on the back. Each new field is hope, each old one reality. There are things below the surface that pull people together in a shared love of history, landscape, and hope that, this time, something incredible will be unearthed. When a travel writer, Nigel, is stuck on home soil in the middle of a pandemic, he tries his hand at metal detecting and is instantly addicted. This all-consuming hobby takes him around the country, back through history and deep into the psyches, his own included, of those hooked on happy bleeps. The Accidental Detectorist is a big-hearted dig into a pastime sometimes mocked, but always enticing. There's going to be links in description below to where you can pick this book up. It is published by Octopus Books, and it's available in ebook and audiobook. I just want to, again, I didn't want to give away too much about it, but there's just a couple of bits here that are just so brilliantly written. I've trashed, sorry Nigel. It's been about. Whatever the object was, I'd fallen in love with it, holding it, and then, having placed it in the finds pouch, just knowing it was now mine and could not be unfound caused me immense pleasure. After bagging it, I detected for the first time with a sense of lazy euphoria, swinging the coil as if caressing air, and with the swagger of a veteran. If I found nothing else for the rest of the day, I didn't give a monkeys. The day was already as sweet as it could get. We know that, don't we? We know that feeling. Here's another one, and this is great. I love this one. This is the kind of I don't know, just the camaraderie of what we do. We'd gone down to Portsmouth, and Sci-Fi's was with us, and we'd met Rich, a guy called Rich, and he was great. He was a nice guy. And then Nigel come down. Should we continue our adventure around the coast, old chap? We've got Richard with us now, and we've got Nigel. We've got a team.
That's it.
Proper Stand By Me.
Fabulous four.
We'd become four silly boy men playing in mud and casting music hall aspersions on our other halves. I thought back to Chris's mention of Stand By Me and felt a sudden bond of gentle maleness with these strangers. The moods and patterns of boyhood we had clicked into felt all the warmer for being totally unexpected, and they kept on coming. That's great. I love that. That's when you, I don't know, when you're metal detecting and you're in a group of the right people and the chemistry is right, and it's just, you just become a kid again, don't you? You become a child again. We've spoken about this this kind of philosophy on a number of occasions. And the last one is right at the end of the book. "You didn't find no gold then," he said as I walked past. "It was a statement, not a question. He thought he knew the score, but we're not always fools looking for stuff we never find. Sometimes the light bends and the voices we tune into are sweet and true." That is spot on, my friend. There he is, Nigel, right there. You've written a fantastic book, my friend. You should be very, very proud of yourself. I didn't want it to end. I loved it. I'm not an avid reader, but this was just kept me going and going. Again, if anybody else wants to participate and dip their toe into this, then there's a link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.